What's going on, YouTube? This is Dave's Daily Trades, where we cover daily AMC technical analysis, price predictions, and of course, bringing the latest greatest news. In today's episode, we are just going to be full on with AMC, why I'm jacked, and what we can expect over the course of the next couple of days and exactly next couple of weeks. But before we do, guys, we are going to take a look at the S3 report that came out today. Of course, that is looking bullish AF. We're going to be going over some unusual options data that, of course, includes our favorite ticker, AMC. And then, of course, why AMC has been trading down for the past couple of days and why we have not been able to break back above and hold that $38 region. But with that said, guys, we're going to roll right into the intro and then hop into the TA. And we're back. All right, guys. So really, since Friday, we have been trading down for the past Monday and Tuesday of this week, which is totally fine. So the big question, I see this a lot on Twitter, on Reddit, on Discord, is why is this stock trading down? But guys, if you think about it, it's actually very simple. Now, AMC and GameStop as well has been really correlating with the overall market. I would say AMC has definitely more been on track with the triple Qs and the SPY. But of course, GameStop is in that same pattern as well. So really the big thing that we're looking at is the overall indexes. The triple Qs down today, just about 0.35%. And the SPY, on the other hand, was down just about 0.25%. So of course, since AMC is tracking the overall indexes, we do see a small pullback in AMC since Friday of last week. And guys, that is totally fine. Now, I know we have briefly discussed that negative beta with AMC, but right now, guys, we are looking like we have somewhat a positive beta. And that could be a couple of different variables. My personal prediction is when triple Qs, the SPY are down, that means these short hedge funds are selling their positions to either short the shit out of AMC and GameStop or to just drive that price down. I'm not exactly sure about that. It could have some correlation, but my speculation is when the market is down, typically means they're taking out cash so they can short the shit out of our favorite beloved stocks. And of course, that has really been the trend for the past couple of days. If we look at AMC over here on the top left quadrant, we have been pretty much flat right across this 38.15 area. While the S&P has been trading in this range just below 365. The triple Qs have been below 365, and the SPY has been below this 441. So very interesting patterns going on. But really the biggest thing I do want to take a look at before we look at the chart that I've been tracking is the one-day chart for AMC. Now, this is looking really fantastic, guys, and I am absolutely freaking pumped, and especially because all of the news coming out with AMC. Now, the biggest thing is, yes, we did hit that recent high at $52.61. This was back on the 13th of September, and cents have been trending down. Now, we did find support of that 78.6% level, but look at this, guys. I do want to direct us towards the MACD. Now, technicals are really not everything, but of course, this is what day traders and swing traders are looking at, and especially since we've had the lowest volume since, what was the date here? Since April 21st, we are looking for some momentum to pick up for AMC to continue this trend higher. Now, with the MACD, it looks like we are just about coming flat and looking for this next crossover period. Now, that last crossover happened right around here on 8/12, and that took us from, we'll even say 8/11, when we were at just about $31, $32, call it, and it took us over $20 to $52.61, and that is the exact same technical setup that I'm looking for. But really the biggest thing is I want to see this same trend out of this Fibonacci retracement level and start that 52.61. We're going to regain this and call it support once again in the very near term future. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And just looking down at the RSI as well, the RSI did hit this low at right around 35. This was on 8.4, and that is really what was the bottom of that reversal up. Now, of course, MACD crossover looking really good, but look at the same pattern play out on the RSI. We're on 929. We hit the RSI of, this was 30, call it like 35-ish, somewhere around that. And we're starting this small trend here, this consolidation, before we start pushing higher. And that is why I really am calling, excuse me, guys, this is the calm before the storm. This MACD crossover is going to be huge. And why do I think this one is not going to just be a little bump here of $20? That's still a pretty good move. But if we zoom back all the way back into, this is early May here. We did have a few MACD reversals before having that massive run. But really this short, very short red cycle here, and we'll call that downward pressure, led to this massive move. Now, of course, we already had that massive move. We had a little dip, and look at the amount of sell-off that we saw over here before a nice green reversal, very short in the red, and now we're about to continue that bullish trend higher and higher. Of course, the big things that I've been tracking, guys, we're going to jump right back here. Now, of course, the MACD crossover is very similar, and this entire pattern itself is very similar with AMC. Of course, this is something that I've been tracking for just about 3 weeks now. It's been a little while. So, of course, this is a developing story, and we'll be covering it every single day, especially now that I feel better and my voice doesn't sound so much like dog shit. Anyways, what we're looking at here is 413 all the way until the June run-up, and what we have on the right-hand chart is 8.5 all the way until present date. Now, my guesstimate right here is we're somewhere in this pattern right here, as you can tell with this ascending trend line that we have here on the 1 hour chart. Now, really, since we did fall below that today, I really think that we did regain support somewhere at this 36.26 level and did have that midday bounce higher. So what I'm looking for tomorrow is to continue this upward momentum back into that 50% Fibonacci retracement level, which would just be at that $40.85. Now, a nice pop to regain 61.8% as a level of support would be absolutely ideal in this bullish trend higher. And of course, if we jump back to the previous point with the MACD crossover and the RSI trend that we saw similar to just a few months ago, this should play out very nicely and start this trend higher and higher. Now, of course, we all know what happens after this, so we don't even have to talk about it. We'll just be absolutely psyched. So I do want to jump into a few things that I've been seeing online today, some really bullish information for AMC. And the first is going to come from a Bloomberg terminal. And actually, this does look like it's in German. And no, I do not have a Bloomberg terminal. And no, I do not speak German, but I will link this in the description below. Anyways, look at this S3 squeeze score. This is at 100. And if you guys don't know, the scale itself is out of 100. So 100 out of 100, of course, nothing is guaranteed in life, but this is just absolutely great. And I do want to just say that a lot of people, just retail in general, has been highly interested in burning the shorts. Of course, there's been multiple tickers, you guys know what they all are, that people are piling into because of that high short interest percentage. Now, if we look at the S3 squeeze score and see it at 100, this also, in turn with the technical setup, could bring a lot of momentum to our favorite stock. Now, I do want to take a quick look too at the option activity for using unusual whales. Really, the biggest thing that I'm noticing is this 12/17/21 expiration on the put side. A lot of contracts have been sold. Now, of course, this is very bullish information because if you sell a put, that means you're one out of that position and you do not think that the stock is going lower. Now, if we do look back, there was a tweet, I believe it came out yesterday with Iceberg Research or whatever the hell their name is, the fake hedge fund that sold out of their AMC position. So this could mean a lot of things. And really what I'm taking out of it is the bottom is in and shorts are trying to get out of those positions before this next run in this next continuation of higher highs for AMC. Now, as we can tell with the options activity, that looks exactly what our thesis is saying here, guys. A lot of people are thinking that the bottom is in for AMC. And as we can tell, these expirations have months until they actually expire. So getting out of them early, especially around this strike price, is really bullish for AMC. Now, of course, we'll keep an eye on this data, update you guys daily. And of course, follow me on Twitter too. I do check this just about every hour of the day for the most part. So we'll just see how this data is looking. But right now, this is looking extremely freaking bullish. Now, we did briefly touch upon the triple Qs in the SPY and why they're having a slight decline and now you could say consolidation at some lower levels that we haven't seen for literally 4 or 5 months. And the biggest thing, or the biggest reason we get back to that point, is always because of the inflation that's going on right now. As you guys know, inflation from the Fed was months ago, it was transitory, meaning inflation's only here for a brief period of time, it's going to go away. But now the Fed's coming out and saying inflation is broadening, meaning inflation is actually getting worse, and inflation is absolutely going to be here to stay, if not even getting much worse in the very near-term future. Inflation goes up, market does not do so good. It is not a great thing for the market. So that is why we are seeing those declines in the market as well, and potentially the reason why AMC, of course, is also trending down with the broader market. Now, of course, guys, that is my personal, sorry about that, speculation. But of course, we'll keep up with this data, continue to see how AMC performs against the overall market, and of course, come up with newer predictions every single day as this story becomes more popular. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Peace out and tune in for the next one.